Hello everyone, welcome to Shaker History classes. We are discussing 2025 PYQs, Prelims PYQs. As part of that, let us see this question. Consider the following statements about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. First one, he possessed great love and respect for the traditional philosophical systems of the East. Two, he desired his countrymen to accept the rational and scientific approach and the principle of human dignity and social equality of all men and women. Which of the statements are correct? Here, both the statements are correct. When it comes to this, both statements are correct. Let us see. He is working in 1810s and 1820s. He was active during this phase. What was the nature of India at that time? What was the political, social, economic system of that time period means? During this time period, British were ruling India. East India Company was ruling. East India Company time period is this one. 1600 East India Company was formed. In 1757 Battle of Plassey took place. In 1764 Battle of Buxar took place. Now by 1800 they conquered Mysore region also, and by 1820s they conquered Maratha region also. So most of India came under them. Most of India came under them. During this time period, in 1813, the British Parliament also gave the permission for Christian missionaries to operate in India. This is one circumstance in which Raja Ram Mohan Roy was operating, or he is working to reform social and religious evils. Around this time period only, in 1789, in Europe, great revolution took place that is known as French Revolution. French Revolution. And just in that year only, or in that decade only, American Revolution also took place. American Revolution. Now in 1750s, Industrial Revolution also started. During this time period, England passing through Enlightenment phase in 1700s. So what is happening here? English East India Company is coming from an atmosphere where the Europe itself came out of superstitions, scientific temper pervaded European society. As a result, a new society was born in Europe. In politics, in society, in religion, everywhere, rationality. That means people started questioning the superstitious practices without testing on rational grounds. People are not ready to accept whatever the ancient or medieval beliefs were there. Because of that, they were able to develop their science and technology. They were able to conquer India. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was clearly aware of this development, that Europeans were able to conquer India because European societies are advanced. They reformed their societies. That's why they were able to do it. What about India condition at this point of time? The Indian condition is socially, so many socio-religious evils were there, like practices like sati. According to every Shastra, he says it's a murder, not any kind of custom. Child marriage, another social evil. Multiple marriages, polygamy, another one. Caste system, untouchability. That means people are now bogged down in this kind of superstitious beliefs, and these social evils are now completely killing the rational thought among the people. Scientific temper almost killed in the Indian society. As a result, Indian society is not able to develop scientific advancements. Indian rulers were also just behaving like feudal lords, not like any kind of advanced people. As a result, what happened? Science and technology was backward, military was not upgraded, British were able to defeat one after the other Indian rulers. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was thinking that he was called enlightened individual who was inspired by American Revolution, French Revolution, European Enlightenment phase. He wanted India also on the same path so that Indian society also will develop. That's why he has a very great respect for Western thought. But again, was he completely denouncing Indian thought? No. To convince common people, he has to teach in the common language only. And also he started questioning whatever the British were saying or Christian missionaries were attacking Indian culture by saying that degrading culture or uncivilizing. People are saying that Christian missionaries were keep on degrading that Indian civilization is degraded one. Then he opened Vedas. Then he opened Upanishads. Then he opened Persian text, Islamic text, Eastern culture. Then he understood that whatever the Enlightenment people in Europe was saying, whatever they were saying and whatever they wanted to reform their society, Upanishads and some of the books in Persian text are also talking about the same. Like they were also talking about equality, women rights, equality before God, so that no caste system. When everyone is children of God, why this practice of untouchability? And these are the texts that developed long ago in Indian soil. That's why he did not denounce them. That's why he had great respect for Eastern knowledge also. And in fact, he revived it. He studied. He don't want to depend on any intermediary like Pandits or Ulemas. He personally learned Sanskrit to understand the original text. He personally learned Arabic and Persian to understand the original text. Then he come to the conclusion that whatever liberal elements that European Enlightenment people were talking, they were there in this also. But over a period of time, they were degraded, like in case of Europe also. But now it is the time to revive. That's what he just have taken good elements from East also. At the same time, he wanted, because the existing society or existing world now pervaded with the Western thought, he wanted adoption of the Western ideals also. Simply, whatever good values are there both in West and East, he wanted to adopt. That is where his struggle was all about. That's why he possessed great love and respect for the traditional philosophical systems of the East. True, that is correct one. He desired his countrymen to accept the rational and scientific approach and the principle of human dignity, social equality of all men and women. Do you see? So that was the kind of atmosphere in which he was living. He wanted to reform Indian society, but society and religion of India was controlled by various social evils. He just wanted to improve the system by accepting good values from both East and West. That's why answer here is both 1 and 2. All right. Thank you.